Hello, this is ICR Tiger from thetradingtigers.com. Today, 13th of May 2014, we're going to be looking at the FX pairs using Ichimoku on the 1 hour chart. That's right, that's Ichimoku on the 1 hour chart for the FX pairs. Okay, fine. So before we start, like always, please do go through the disclaimer, stop and pause and read at your own leisure, as well as the hypothetical performance. Okay, fine. So once again, let's look at some charts. So here we are, Euro, US dollar, Ichimoku. Just go through the lines again, what the colors are. This blue line is the Shikao. The yellow is the Tenkan-sen, which is the trigger line, and the Kijun-sen, which is the baseline, is in red. And this is the cloud. This is the Senekal span A and Senekal span B, and this is all bearish. Current Kumo, inside is called the Kumo. Current Kumo is all bearish. Future Kumo is bearish. And we can see where we have entered. We entered at 38.06, and we had placed our stop way above earlier, probably around. Oh, here we go. We placed our stop at 139.093, and that was probably our initial stop, perhaps. And that initially was 103 pips. Right now we're in the money, guaranteed 20 pips, because what we've done, we've actually brought our stop loss all the way past our entry, so at least we're guaranteed that. Just to explain really where we're standing in terms of everything, I think this could be a good opportunity to consider to come out, or we could wait to be stopped out. Our stop level isn't at any specific kind of point, it's just placed in terms of protecting some profit for us. But we can see price is going to go up into the cloud. Perhaps there could be some sort of crossover for a long but a weak signal, but could stop us out. Let's see if this cloud is going to hold through for us. Shikao has actually gone through price and has gone above its corresponding price bar. So not a lot we can do in this. We could come out the trade now and just guarantee ourselves for how many, 21 pips, sorry, 37 pips, which wouldn't be too bad, and perhaps that we may do that shortly within the day. Okay, let's move to the next chart. Euro against the Aussie dollar. We entered at 147.758. We had our stop way back up there, 49.28, which was initially was a 152 pip stop. Right now we're currently in the money again, guaranteed 25 pips. Not so far away from being stopped out, to be honest to tell you, but at least we guaranteed some sort of profit. We were in a lot more profit previously, but like, this is trading, this is what it's all about, being able to put your stops and placements accordingly. But I think we're going to be stopped out of this particular trade very soon. As you can see, the Shikao has been under in terms of a short position to be coming over, crossing through the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, and price is headed into the Kumo. But yeah, I think probably that's what the situation is going to be for that particular pair. Okay, fine. EuroCAD. Let's try to bring this thing down. We came out of this trade at we entered at 1508. We put our stop loss initially up there at 51.98, and brought it down and we finally exited the trade, which was a right decision to do. So if we're thinking about the other potential trades, what we're looking at, we go back to Euro Aussie, could be an opportunity perhaps to consider to coming out, as well as the Euro dollar. As you can see, the future Kumo is actually getting thinner on both sides, center count A, center count B. And if you notice what actually happens when the center count A and center count B become thin, converge together, bam, and that's what actually happens. And if you can actually notice this particular line here, just going back and forth, of course, when we would have seen this particular twist, as it would call, it's an event which could occur at that particular time, right? And this, remember, is done in advance. So for example, it's done well in advance, and what actually happened at that time, if you can see that price drop all the way down. So it's bear in mind to pay attention to the actual twists of the center count A and B. Okay, fine, so just give you that heads up exactly how things look on that. Now we move across to the euro pound. Once again, we entered at 81.66. we got a stop at 81.84. we're in a losing trade right now, and not a lot more we can do. We could probably consider bringing our stop all the way down or coming out the trade. In fact, our stop is 81.93, and that is out the money, and we're there at 24 pips. So not a big kind of loss to occur on that. And I'm just trying to find to you thick twists and turns which occur. Here's another twist. If you can see this twist here, what happened on there? Yeah, price came down. Okay, fine, let's move to the Euro Japanese Yen. As you can see, we have put like a pencil kind of trade there, which of course we would definitely stop down. So let's do some house cleaning, clean out. So we can see now, well, let's put this marker here on the twists. I like the twist because the twist gives us some sort of indicative thing what could happen in the coming days at that particular time, at that particular bar, to keep us ready. Maybe there can be a large push up. We could expect to see like a Kumo break, but remember the flat heads and flat bottoms. Then here we got a flat head, and you know what happens with a flat head. Nobody likes a flat head. So I think that we get false breakouts. Not a lot we can do. Everything's in the Kumo now. Might take till what time this evening, something to occur around that twisting time. Let's go now to the US dollar Japanese yen. US dollar Japanese yen. Clear up the other lines that we had there for different types of strategies. Okay, fine. So looking quite promising on this, to be honest to tell you. Everything is bullish. Yeah, Shikao is way above its corresponding candle. Current Kumo, future Kumo are all bullish. Price Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen is not in the Kumo, above the Kumo. Price is above the Tenkan-sen, price is above the Kijun-sen. What's the price differentiation from each, from price to price is 3 pips and 19 pips. Good opportunity to go long, and I'm going to put a long position in an order into buy. I'm going to do it as a stop, and we'll do GTC. GTC, as you all know, means good till cancels. So we're putting it there. We're on the ask price. We can trade it there. Bingo. Right, it's as easy as that. And put our price label in, so you guys can catch that price point, what we're looking in. And traders, do notice how we actually looked at the analysis. Within seconds we had made our judgment for a long trade, and we're taking an ultra conservative strategy, meaning it's a kind of a breakout strategy at the high at 102.374. That's 102.374. We're going to put our stop loss below the Kumo at the horizontal exposure, which is, this is the horizontal there, and just mark up 1 second, just put that red line here. Okay, so our stop level currently will be, for that particular trade coming through, 101.878. That's 101.878. And let's have a look in terms of pip value. That is 49.50 pips. Okay, fine. So that's pretty acceptable. If price does go down below the Kijun-sen and then goes back up, we can do that as the other strategy, which is the price crossing Kijun-sen. Okay, let's move on to the next chart. We have the US dollar against the Japanese yen, and how we're looking at that, we can actually see, close these particular areas off. We can see exactly what's happened here. We put some pencil kind of entries here for a potential trade. These are what we have not taken, but we just pencil marked it if we had taken it. We took it at 88.28 with the stop level at 87.51, and we brought the stop up. So the initial stop level was 68 pips, and then we brought it into the money, guaranteeing us 12 pips, and then guaranteeing us 38 pips. But I think this trade will be closed out very soon, had we taken it, because right now we can see the Chicago going down below the price, just hitting its corresponding price before it takes a dive, and we can see the Tenkan-sen taking a cross, about to take a cross down on the Kijun-sen, and we can see Fukushima getting smaller. Once again, have a look at this what I was trying to explain to you previously about the twists. If you notice the twists, what actually happens, there is always a strong kind of movement up, but you can play the twists as a trade by itself. Nothing is guaranteed, of course, but it's just an opportunity to get some good pip coverage in. Okay, US CAD, here we are once again on the 1 hour chart. We haven't taken any potential trades here right now. We had moved one as pencil one, but you know, obviously we didn't take it. Had we taken it, there would have been stopped out. So we can close all these things down, or consider an ultra conservative strategy, because everything is bullish mode. Future Kumo, current Kumo are bullish. Nothing is in the cloud. The Chicago is above its corresponding price. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen have crossed previously, and everything is heading forward. We can put an entry at here, at the high of there, and put our stop level over there. And for the traders now, what I'll do, I'll take an entry at you can even take an entry at market price. I like to do it on a breakout, kind of just builds up that momentum. Once again, we have to do it as a stop, take it as a GTC, and take that stop level down. And one thing you need to do, check that you're on the bid price, because all the pips make an issue, and sometimes you can be stopped out if you don't check your pip price, your bid and ask prices. Okay, fine. So we put an entry there. Our entry is at 1.0929 with a stop at 1.0863, and that is very small. It's 65 pips. 65 pips for the US CAD. That's right. That's 68 pips for the US CAD, and that's where our stop level is going to go. And we're not going to put any targets at all. Let's just check if we have. No, we're not going to put any targets. We're just going to wait for price to kick up. Okay, now move to the next one, which is the pound against the Aussie. We once again put some pencil stops in there, pencil entries, and price did go up, and yeah, sorry to say, we had taken a trade to go short. Initial entry at 80.51 with the stop at 81.19, and then we brought our stop level down, but as you can see we would have been stopped out at early this morning. That's right, early this morning we would have been stopped out after that trade, but we would have been in the money of 12 pips. Okay, fine. So that's the situation. So we've actually cancelled all this stuff. We've got another twist coming up. As you can see, there's a twist there. So let's put our marker in for that twist to alert us about that particular time. Right, so we can see like perhaps like a strong bullish. So we can see this is bullish, a strong bullish kind of bar hit up on that time. So we can, when we can see that particular day, the day before, we can probably put like an entry order and a very tight stop loss below. We'll go through that step by step as the days progress. Let's move to the next one, the pound US dollar. We can see a very beautiful Kumo break right now occurred. These are previous entries, pencil stops, what we did, and we came out of it, of course, but let's clean them up and take that out. We can put our stop loss here because we're going to do a Kumo break right now. And what we're going to do, although the let me explain right now, a Kumo break is a break from the cloud. Price is moving down rapidly. By the time price is hit at the bottom of 68.429, the Chicago would be hopefully below its price. So we're putting our entry there at 68.39. 68.39. And that's our entry. And our stop is at 69.05. And Tenkan-sen is just coming out of the Kumo, and the Kyushu-san is in the Kumo, but that also will be pushing its price down. We haven't got any flat heads or flat bottoms. This is a flat block bottom if we were going to go long. Okay, there you can see a flat bottom here on this side. So we haven't got any flat bottoms from this Kumo break, so it's looking kind of interesting. Once again, traders, anything can happen in trading. We're just trying our best to be able to give ourselves the high probability trades. So what we'll do, we'll take an entry at that particular level. Key thing is to be able to follow the trades through. To stop, we'll do a GTC, and we'll take an entry here. Okay, so limit order, sorry. Okay, we'll trade that. And then we're going to be in the trade there, and we put our stop level. Okay, so we're going to put our stop at 69.05, and I'll do that shortly after I've gone through all these particular trades through. Okay, fine. So the next one I want to talk to you about is the pound Japanese yen. Pound Japanese yen. Currently, we had all these kind of entry levels as we were going to go, expecting to go short. And basically we put our stop there and brought it all the way down to break even. Subsequently, price came up and took us out of the trade, and now we're looking at kind of possible long positions, to be honest to tell you. we've got a twist coming up at around 4:15. So let's just put these twists in, because we can see that perhaps there's going to be some sort of price movement up at that level. At that level, when price comes down, price could actually come down and rebound off. So that's something interesting to consider. We're not going to put our entry in yet. We're just going to sit and wait and watch this. But it's looking for a long position later on to be able to hit something for us. Okay, fine. So please do come back and watch this. Put your lines there and have a look at 4 p.m. And sorry, we're hoping there's going to be a long position to occur at that particular point. Moving on now to the Australian US dollar on the 1 hour chart. Can't see a lot happening, because how I'm looking at it, current Kumo is bearish, sorry, and then it's bullish, then it's bearish. But you know, this can actually drop. The actual other parts of the Ichimoku are telling us Shikao is bullish. It's below its corresponding candle, which has got good separation, although pointing upwards, but that could just be a very short burst up before the retracement starts down, where we can see that is the occurrence which we're talking about, bullish upwards. And then nothing, that is the price, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, is out of the Kumo. It's not in the Kumo. There's not a very strong Kumo effect going on there for us to build a support on. So we'll just have to watch this and pay attention. That's all we can say. I don't feel confident about any of these twists which have occurrences here, but it's also good to note at certain points these twists are so small, because it's coming out of a very small, that could be a more significant twist. Let's go now to the New Zealand Japanese yen. Price is moving up currently now. We had that's in a different strategy. We had a long position taken, but we had pencil marked in this Ichimoku strategy to go short, because everything was telling us to go short. We had put our entry at 87.64, 88.62, 06 was our stop level, and had we actually taken the trade, we would be out the trade by 40 pips. We were stopped out of this trade yesterday at 2 p.m. So now we can remove all this and consider the trades to go long, and we can put this marker here. This is a kind of a twist occurrence there, and to be honest to tell you, right now Kumo is bearish, but we can see the twist is going to come up and there's going to be some sort of bullish push up, and there's the future Kumo is bullish. Shikao is above its corresponding candle and is pointing upwards. Tenkan-sen is pointing upwards above the Kumo, not in the Kumo. Price Tenkan-sen Kijun-sen is not in the Kumo at all. So what we can do, we can actually put an entry at the high of this particular price and expect to go long there. And I think that we're going to get a strong push upwards. So let's just take this and we'll put our entry order at buy. So we're there, and we're going to put our stop level below the Kumo here, and there we go. That's a 49 pip stop loss, which is not too bad for a 1 hour chart, and that's at 87.84. 87.84. We put our reminder. We're in the trade. We're going to be in the trade anyhow, and the confidence level factor for this trade is quite strong. So that's positive for us. One thing I've got to say to you traders, please do pay attention to the news announcements, small, medium and large, because anything can actually knock you out of a trade, unless you're on the daily chart. But remember, we're on the 1 hour chart here, and these things, these fundamental factors could of course and would obviously knock us out. A 50 pip is nothing in a major news announcement, or even a minor news announcement. It can actually knock us out. It can turn a winning trade into a losing trade. We know that price will always go back to its original point prior to the news, but that means that you would have lost your money and we would have been out the trade, and it would have demoralized us in terms of trading, and we would have been questioning our own strategy. So please do pay attention to the news announcements coming through. Once again, on our website www.thetradingtigers.com, we have actually the news releases which come out, and that's on our main page, so please do follow that through and keep that handy for yourselves to review. So traders, please go through all the particular charts, stop the recordings if necessary, and go back to the entry points, etc., etc. Please do pay attention to the actual news announcements coming through, and also the entries and stops levels accordingly, and follow the trades through accordingly. So once again, I'm ICR Tiger from thetradingtigers.com. Thank you. Bye bye.